If anybody follows my channel, they know I've been playing a lot of MyTeam. I have easily the best collection I've ever had in the years the game's been out, right? Or the mode's been out.
And somebody recently got a quitality on you.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Oh, you saw that?
I didn't watch the video yet. I haven't got a chance to watch the video, but I saw the title.
Yeah, you saw, no, I got a quitality on Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. No,
I didn't know if that
making a
showed
comparison
up.
to the
Right.
my team.
I didn't know if it showed up if you look at like somebody like on your friend, like how.
Oh no, I can't see that.
Okay, I didn't know if it showed up, but yeah, no, yeah, a cat quit on me in the middle. I mean, if y'all watch that video, it is insane. Like the way my man quit, it was. I never quit. I never quit. Y'all saw. I sat there and let Nelson beat me 10 times in a row. I will never ever quit. It does not matter. It does not matter ever. I will never quit. You could get 10, you could win 10 straight matches in Mortal Kombat against me with flawless victories in every single one, and I still would never quit. Just the way I am. But if I was ever going to quit a 2K game, I might have quit on this one. I don't know. I think I was up 29, and it was the end of the third quarter. I ain't gonna spoil it. Y'all watch the video if you haven't seen it. It is hilarious, right? It is absolutely hilarious the way he quit. But yeah, I got a good team. But so my whole purpose for this, the way I did this with my team this year, was I felt like when I covered the mode that I really couldn't speak from the perspective of the fans of the mode. And I always felt like I was like this outsider talking about the mode. So this year I said, you know what, I'm going to put in the work, and I'm going to literally go through everything that they go through. I'm actually going to spend money on packs. Then I'm going to go not spending money on packs, and I'm going to figure out what it is. Like, so when people say it's a spin to win and type of mode, is that true? I'm going to find out, you know? And I did that this year, and I really enjoyed myself. I felt I really enjoy the mode. I think it's really dope. And it's so funny because my son, this is a smart little 13-year-old. I'm telling y'all, he really is. You know what because I would complain to him about the lack of realism in my team. And you know what he told me?
What did he say?
He said, Dad, my team is like professional wrestling. If you start trying to take it too serious, you're gonna lose the fun of it. I said, well then. He was like, you don't ask why Rey Mysterio can beat the Big Show. It's wrestling. And they're going to figure out a way and whatever. So you can't get caught up in the attribute stuff and all that. It's my team, and you choose to exist in it in the world that it is.
Shout out to Junior.
Yeah, so I was like, boom. That is absolutely what it is. But and with that mentality, I did ultimately begin to get the enjoyment out of it. You know, so now I don't bat an eye when Greg Oden green lights a 3.
Right.
No problem.
Good shot, Greg.
No problem. Great shot, Greg. Good. So you know, but in paying as much attention to it, I have really been able to do the other side of what I want to do, which is identify the problems.
Yeah.
And things that I think need to still be there that aren't there. You know what we should do? We should like pass the mic back and forth on this one.
Okay.
Like I'm going to name something that I think that it definitely needs. Then you and it will go back and forth.
Okay.
I'm going to start with something really super small. And the only way you know about this is if you really play my team. Why in the world is it that when you go to the auction house and you do a search, you cannot filter the search results by stuff that you already have in your collection? What in the world? What? So I search pink diamonds, 50,000 MT or less, or 70,000 MT or less. Why do I have to scroll through 95 different Ben Wallaces? And you already know I got that. You know I don't want to buy it again. Like, so what are we doing? So that to me is just a really a functionality type of design thing that really needs to be changed, because when you start to play the mode and you going into the auction house and you want to, your time is important to you, because if you got a job or family, you don't have, or school, you don't have all day to be doing that. So if I'm spending an extra 35 minutes scrolling through dead results, that's not good. So that's my first thing.
My first thing would be scrap the playbooks and just give custom playbooks from jump. Because the likelihood of you getting a playbook that fits your personnel is infinitesimal. So what you're doing is you're just constantly grinding.
Wait a minute, what? Wait a what? What? It's a what? What you say? Is a in a fun of what?
Infinitesimal.
You know what? Now that was good. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. If somebody brings out infinitesimal in a MyTeam conversation,
MyTeam discussion,
that's a different thing there.
So here's the thing: the joy of unlocking cards is really high. I haven't played that much MyTeam this year. I love Triple Threat, and the thing that we need the most is going to be my next thing. So you stay off Triple Threat before I get to my next joy after this, right? So I'm playing the mode. I'm enjoying the mode, having fun. If I have the joy of unlocking these cards, I don't need the frustration of having a playbook that doesn't serve those cards. So I don't want.
Well, say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
If I have the joy of unlocking cards that I want, I don't want the frustration of having to use a playbook that doesn't work for those cards.
Makes sense.
Right? So if I have the 80s Lakers playbook, but I finally got Klay Thompson to complete my Golden State Warriors, I just want to play with my Warriors. I don't want to deal with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's plays going to.
And you go against old people again.
Kevon Looney. No, I mean, hey, easy. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is my favorite center of all time. Easy. I would be more likely to make a historic Lakers team. But for the case of this example, I don't want to have to deal with that offense. I just want to be able to play the way that I want to play with what I have. The hunt should be for the cards. The playbook thing is fatty economy, and I think they need to take it out and just put in custom playbooks.
Yeah, I would agree. I cannot disagree with that. I can in no way, shape, or form disagree with that. My next thing is actually pretty big. So I went from something that was kind of probably a little, a little more trivial to something that I think is actually far more important that some people might even consider mode breaking. It's very imbalanced. We have an oversaturation of the best cards. There are way too many pink diamonds, and there are way too many galaxy opals. And while I do subscribe to Portland is up by 15 points. While I do subscribe to Junior's concept of not taking it, the ratings and stuff too serious, I do think you could be more impacting with the mode overall if you were to be more selected, have a more selecting process, when you're picking who's going to get the galaxy opals. I'm not hating on James Worthy, but there's nothing. It's nothing cool about a galaxy opal James Worthy.
And nothing galactic about big game James.
It's nothing that dog, to me, the gemstone should never supersede the player on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get into the point where you're slapping a gemstone on a guy, and it doesn't quite, every once in a while it works out in a charming way, right? Because I actually think the pink diamond Greg Oden is a charming card because it's so crazy, right? it's so crazy that you gave Greg Oden a pink diamond. It's almost fun, right? Jimmer Fredette's the same way. That Jimmer Fredette card is high as gators on the refrigerator. I mean, it is insane, right? It is totally insane. But but it's kind of cool because Jimmer's this character almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so is Greg Oden to a degree. You know, like I would totally vibe for a pink diamond Kwame Brown. It would crack me up. It would crack me up, and it would be like, yeah, I would love killing people with the pink diamond Kwame Brown, because I would love to see people go just nuts every time he did something.
I'm surprised when you accidentally said Kwame Bryant. Kobe didn't come through your window.
He did. Kwame Bryant. You know what? I created my career character named Kwame Bryant.
Kwame Bryant.
Call him the Gray Mamba.
You make videos. He gonna find you. He gonna find you.
The Gray Mamba.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. This is probably not my number one thing. This is really high in terms of outside of game, like actual game mechanics. In triple threat, we need basic formations, not necessarily plays, basic formations to give that third player an idea of what to do. Because the third player should be, basically either hitting the corner, the top of the key, or cutting to the basket. Now we can make them cut or posting up. Now we can make them cut if we have the ball and they're not in the paint.
Yes.
But if they already in the paint,
I want to leave sometimes.
Right. Like you got Rex Chapman running into the paint.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't.
I'm looking like it's because it's like, and I'm hoping that Czar didn't have nothing to do with the AI on this particular part of the game. Well, you know, I love you like a play cousin. I don't know why it feels like the AI gets turned off on that part of the game.
I think it actually might, because there is, up until now, to my knowledge, and Czar can correct us on this if he's watching, but I don't think there is a 3v3 AI mode. It's just a chunk of the 5v5.
Gotcha.
So we need a 3v3 AI thing, and it can be really simple.
Yes, it doesn't have to be, because 3-on-3 is a very simple game. And
absolutely.
And that's actually the part of the charm in it. You know, even in IRL 3-on-3 basketball, if you I played in 3-on-3 tournaments and all that, it's something about it. It's basketball, but it's a little different. And it's a simplified but really intense type of a thing. And I think that definitely that can happen. But I feel
I got a starter list. Spread formation, number 1. Number 2, double screen.
Yes.
Number 3, off ball screen.
Yes. Oh,
those are the
my hair. If you ran off ball screens on triple threat, people would lose. Like if you learned how to execute off ball screens in triple threat, you would be among the most elite players on that mode for months before the meta got out. Because it's the spread. Because honestly, right now, spread is the best.
Yeah.
You know, because if you anywhere at all decent with the dribbler, you can be spread all day.
Right.
I mean, you can do work with the spread, because you're going to end up getting good shots.
Well, this leads me to the other thing. So we should be able to control our help the same way we do in 5v5. And when I say spread, give me a couple of versions, right? Give me 2 on one side, 1 on the corner. Give me 1 at the top of the key, 2 in the corner. Give me 1 at the free throw line, 2 in the corner, right? Just as a starter. I'm not asking for the whole to make it super robust, but just some control over our spacing and off-ball actions so that we can actually play basketball without this AI being in the way. Because that's what happens to me a lot. Is a lot of in-the-way AI.
Yeah, definitely.
Which forces you to play the game worse than you want to.
Yes. I would agree. So we had to think about the auction house. you had playbooks, and then we had balance, and then you had
Triple
the
threat plays.
triple threat, which is still kind of in the same vein, but it's definitely different. No, because no, it's not. It's totally different
Yeah.
because you were talking about triple threat, and the
Triple
first thing
threat.
you were talking about was in the 5v5 thing.
Yeah.
Now you know what? I gotta pick which one that I want because I have quite a few. So if I'm only gonna use one more, if I'm only got one more bullet left in the gun, I want to make sure that I pull out the best bullet. Speaking of that, which is funny, while I scroll through my options, I watched a documentary yesterday on Annie Oakley. And you ever watch something and you cannot believe you watched the whole thing or listen to the whole thing? I got caught up learning about Annie Oakley last night. It was ridiculous.
That's
But
how I learned
anyway,
music theory.
yeah, it's crazy how
I just
that
started
works.
listening to music theory videos on YouTube, and it just clicked.
Yeah, it was tripped out. So like I could tell you a bunch of useless information about Annie Oakley right now,
About
and
this lady,
it wouldn't earn me any money. But so, but okay, I got it. I know what I want. I know what I want out. And this is very simple. And I should get a bunch of hallelujahs from the chat on this. Can we remove contracts and injury cards, please? Please.
You don't gotta wait for the chat. Hallelujah, right here from your co-host.
Please.
Hallelujah. Get them out.
It is
fatty economy.
So pointless, bro.
Yeah, fatty economy.
I have a much better concept that they could do that's still contract related, but it would add some strategy to the whole thing and skill, and it would bring in some franchise mode concepts, right? Every single MyTeam Unlimited, or if they bring back salary cap or whatever, that one of those type of modes, every one of those games. He said Annie Oakley pink diamond card coming next. If you bring that mode back, every single 5v5 game or a triple threat game, you should be when you're playing MyTeam, you should be playing your own personal season. And a season should be like 18 to 24 contests, right? So when I sign a player, I literally can give this player a 5-7 year deal, a 9-10 year deal. And so I literally give them this contract at the beginning of this thing. So now when I give you a 7-year deal, that essentially equates to, if we're talking about making it 12 games as a season, then that essentially equates to, what is that, 84 games, right? That I think that's right. I don't know, but that's what it breaks down to. It makes it cooler, because now I'm really operating my team like an actual franchise. You know what I mean? And and I'm giving guys contracts. If you have some sort of salary cap there, like if you have a mode that's separate like that, then now the function's a little bit different. And so I have to kind of gauge that. And then these injury cards, dude, I've played a lot of MyTeam. I have never had an injury.
I've never seen an injury. I've never seen a video of an injury. To go with your idea about the contracts, though, I would like to see them just have fatigue. And I would even say, for starters, just have the card have to rest for a game or two. 2 games, you get your fatigue back. But if you want people taking a break off you using the same card over and over, just have the card fatigue. And they can keep using a card that has no turbo if they want to. But if you want to freshen that card up, switch them out for somebody else. And let's start with that concept, so people have to keep playing and building their decks and rebuilding their decks and cycling things through.
Yeah. So at first I always had that concept, right?
But although I do like your idea of running it like a franchise. I should say that. That's a good idea.
I think that would be dope, man, because we were talking about that another episode. Well, how can you kind of cross-pollinate the different modes? And I think that is absolutely a way to do it. But I always had that concept about the contracts, but I was a little hesitant to really come hard with it, because I said, well, you know what? Maybe I just haven't played the mode enough. Maybe once I play it, I'll understand. I understand even less now. Why there is nothing that should ever be in your game that is a drag to do.
100% agree. Everything should be fun.
Yes. There's nothing that should ever be in your game where when it comes time to do it, you're like, ugh. You
Yeah.
know, and that's what contracts are. You get ready to play your game, this big red thing comes across the thing.
And you
Out of,
looking for which player,
come
which
on,
player in this
man.
lineup ran out of contract.
This is stupid, dude.
That's silly.
This is silly. Like it would feel so much better is if it's like, okay, y'all, I'm at the end of my season. I got to make some decisions about who I want to bring back, who I don't need anymore. It's all about who I've been acquiring. I mean, I tend to think of things from a YouTube standpoint, which I know only represents a small percentage of the gaming of the games community. But I started thinking about how dope a YouTube series could be if that was in place. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like, okay, guys, it's my MyTeam off season number 1. It's time for me to make some tough decisions. This guy is a pink diamond, so if I'm bringing him back, it's gonna cost me blah 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 amount, and I got to decide if I want to sign him to or whatever, because even though he's a 97, like my Magic Johnson pink diamond, I suck with him. I'm terrible with him. He's a 97 pink diamond, but I barely play him because I don't do well with him at all. So I probably wouldn't bring him back because I don't get the benefit of having a pink diamond because I can't get him to play to that level. So, but then like my Vince Carter, that's my best card overall, because I have his jump shot down. And the only
you must not have had it down the night you got him, because I saw that.
Oh yeah, I sucked that night. But you know what though? I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is crazy for a YouTuber, right? I am terrible playing while the game is being recorded live. I'm not as good. Like y'all think I'm lying. I swear y'all think I'm lying. But I will go 2 days in a row without losing a triple threat game until I flip the camera on and have to talk and play at the same time. I'm talking about blowing people out like they don't even supposed to be playing with me. And I'm talking about like I'll beat a dude. I don't have any Galaxy Opals, but I'll beat a guy that's got 2 Galaxy Opals and a pink diamond, and I'll beat him 21-14.
I've always heard legends of the Demon Lord Excusor, Lord of Reasons. I never thought I'd get to meet him in person.
I'm telling you.
Excusor in the flesh.
1989. So that's why we don't get any more live streams. Not exactly. But the reason why I started to try to focus a little bit more on franchise mode. So that idea I just gave y'all about MyTeam doing it as a franchise, like flipping that, if they don't do it themselves, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna create
a storyline,
and just do that with my own, because I think that would be dope. So but we'll see.
That was a good 5 though. That was a good 5. We're gonna come back to 2K. We're going to be doing a lot of 2K content leading up to 2K20 as that comes out. We want to start, reforming 2K19 on the way into 2K20, and we'll be reacting to news and all that stuff. So there's going to be a lot of 2K right here.
Yeah, and I think that approach that we just did with MyTeam is probably a good approach to do with just about every mode.
Yeah.
Well, we might actually end up having to do more than 5 depending on the mode.
Oh yeah.
There really isn't a whole bunch wrong with MyTeam. Not a whole bunch. There's some things that are big, but there's not to me.
Well, I think MyTeam exposes the worst of the gameplay in 2K.
Yo, it is the cheesiest mode in the game.
Yeah, that's the issue.
It definitely is the cheesiest mode in the game. Because they throw that whole they throw realism out the window.
Well, it's not just the realism though. Part of it goes to the mechanics of the game, but we can cover that. We'll cover that next week because I got a lot to say about it.